Hello, it's been a while since I've put it on.
1.
I have a video clip that I want to share on Facebook or YouTube. The video deals with a serious, delicate, and sensitive topic, which is the Day of Remembrance. I plan to post it soon to raise awareness and commemorate this important day. Stay tuned for the video on my social media channels. In 1939, the start of the Second World War, was a pivotal moment in history that forever altered the course of the world. Today is 2024, and on the Day of Remembrance we remember, ensuring that we never forget.
Children in the Auschwitz concentration camp arrived by trains. But not only by trains, some were actually born there. Now imagine being born in the Auschwitz camp. The first person you see is not the midwife, as it used to be said, or the obstetrician, or the doctor. It must have been a harrowing experience, entering the world in such a place of unimaginable suffering and horror. The initial individual you come across is a Nazi who seizes you, places you in a container filled with water until you suffocate and perish. Then he takes your body, which is a child's body, and feeds it to the rats that were more numerous in Auschwitz. If you add up the Nazis and add up the prisoners, you will find that the rats outnumbered the combined number of Nazis and prisoners in the camp. At this point, the only category of newborns that managed to escape consisted of those who were born to Polish and Russian women. These women had been deported to the concentration camp and were subjected to rape by German soldiers. During pregnancy, these women underwent a blood test to ascertain whether the blood of the future child would possess the desired Aryan characteristics as determined by the test. It meant making an effort to verify, for instance, the color of the eyes in advance. Are they light blue, are they sky blue, or are they not of the Aryan ethnicity? If they were not, the baby was killed right after it was born in those barrels filled with cold water by the Nazi midwife, using her hands to drown the infant without any hesitation or mercy. However, most of the children in Auschwitz were not born there. She, the subject, was deported on trains that did not resemble the ones in comics or cartoons that go choo-choo. These were not just trains that made a booming sound, but something more than that. The destiny of children in Auschwitz was categorized into 3 different types. If you were under the age of 12, you were killed right away, typically through mass shootings, not by yourself, but alongside women, the elderly, and disabled individuals. Then they came to the realization that they could be more expeditious with the gas chambers, so they commenced utilizing the gas chambers. By the way, they also saved on the shells. The second possibility was that you were over 12 years old, so in that case, you were sent to forced labor, which meant commencing a slow and agonizing death due to pain, fatigue, disobedience, illness, cold, or a combination of these factors. The harsh conditions took a toll on the prisoners, subjecting them to unimaginable suffering and despair. There was then a third possibility, which was that you ended up in the hands of the non-doctor, in quotes Mengele, as opposed to a medical professional. I don't say doctor because doctors typically provide medical treatment and assistance to individuals, aiding them in improving their well-being. Here is that doctor there instead. No, he was conducting experiments on these children and leading them to their demise. Mengele was also referred to as the angel of death by the Nazis. Mengele desired to safeguard the Aryan race by unraveling the mysteries of heredity. Thus, he constructed a specialized facility where he would send monozygotic twin children to engage in recreational activities, a practice that may appear ordinary at first glance. Stated, that is, you construct a nursery, the kids go to play, and you supervise them while the kids play. What was abnormal was Mengele, who was that non-doctor that desired to convert those kids into pure Aryan race children. Therefore, each day he assessed them, measured them, and occasionally summoned them to himself and administered methylene blue into their irises to lighten their eyes and make them blue in order to make them Aryan race. This was his twisted attempt to fulfill his warped vision of creating a superior Aryan race, even at the expense of innocent children's well-being. Children did not become part of the Aryan race. The children screamed in pain as they were going blind. And when they dozed off, Mengele would smother them while they were sleeping. Or he stitched the twins onto his back in order to comprehend the consequences that would befall him. And when he realized that nothing would happen to him except screaming in pain, he also suffocated them. Mengele took a total of 3,000 children, and out of those, only 200 managed to survive when the Auschwitz camp was liberated. Maria and Chiara Bucci, who were sisters, were among the survivors. They were mistaken for Italian twins during the incident.
In the evening, in a small hotel room, they informed me about the story of little Alfredo. Alfredo was their cousin. He was only 7 years old. This is the story. Inside the shack, there was a woman who was checking. That woman once approached Maria and Chiara and told them, "A man will come on a truck and ask who wants to see their mother again. Take a step forward." It's not true. Mom won't let you see her again. Don't take a step forward. Maria and Chiara trusted each other so much that they even went to little Alfredo, and they told Alfredino that one day a man will come who says that whoever wants to see their own mother, take a step forward. But it's not true. He won't take you to Mom. Don't take the step. But Alfredino, when he heard Mom, he was already happy. This man came and said, "Who of you children wants to see his mother again? Take a step forward." And Alfredino raised his hand, took a step forward, and the final image that Maria and Chiara have of their little cousin is him sitting on the Nazi truck, making a half smile with his little hand, thinking of going to see his mom again. Little Alfredo will ultimately arrive in Hamburg. In Hamburg, they will administer injections to test for tuberculosis. He'll undergo a series of experiments with 19 other kids. The Americans arrived in order to liberate Hamburg, and the Nazis took these children and brought them to a school. However, It's not a school where they teach. It's the basement of a school with butcher's hooks on the walls, where these children were hanged. And some were so minuscule that their bodies, they weighed so little that they had to be pulled down by their legs. This was the reality. Now, understanding is not necessary to excuse. It is necessary to understand and not repeat the horrors of the past, not even in other forms or in other ways. This has been. Thanks for having. After viewing this video and taking it into account, continue to remember, without ever forgetting. Always keep it in your mind at all times.